Today, I'm hitting a 3 with the best shooter from every team in NBA 2K25. Starting with the 76ers, we got Tyrese Maxey and Paul George, both with a 93-point rating. I'm going to be showing off all the new shot meters in this game as well, starting with this dial. The meters disappear when you shoot, so it's a little weird to get used to, but moving on to the Bucks, we got Damian Lillard and AJ Green with an 85 rating. I could not green with this meter to start, but eventually I got it down and greened with both players. Next up is the Bulls, and their best shooter is Ayo Dosunmu with an 85 3-point rating. I switched over to another new meter here, the circle meter. This one shrinks as you shoot, and you gotta release it just as it disappears. Again, it's very weird to get used to compared to previous games. But moving on to the Cavs, we got Sam Merrill with an 86 3-point rating. Also, shout out to 2K for bringing me out to Community Day and letting me record this early footage. These are not final ratings, so they may be different when the actual full game comes out. But on to the Celtics, we have Jason Tatum with a 93-point rating. I still got the circle meter on, and I was able to green on my first attempt with him. For the Clippers, we have Kawhi Leonard with an 85 3-point rating. And again, now that I'm used to this meter, I greened it on attempt 1. Next up is the Grizzlies. Desmond Bane has a 91 3-point rating, and I switched over to the arrow meter now, where an arrow shoots up and you gotta release it just as it hits the other arrow on screen. This is probably the meter you've already seen before. The Hawks' best shooter is Garrison Matthews with an 88 3-point rating. This meter took some time getting used to, but I think it was my favorite of the 3. Onto the Heat, we got Duncan Robinson with an 86 3-point rating, and you can also change the placement of the jump shot meter. For this, I put it under my feet. The Hornets' best shooter is LaMelo Ball and Nick Smith Jr., both with an 84 3-point rating. Having it under the feet took me a while to hit a green with these players, but eventually I got used to it and hit the greens. Onto the Jazz, the last meter placement is diagonal above the head. I found this easier to green with than the one underneath the feet. The Kings' best shooter is Jordan McLaughlin with an 84 3-point rating, and again, this meter wasn't too hard to green with. I think I like the one beside the player the most though. And we're on to the Knicks now. Their best shooter is Miles McBride with an 85 3-point rating. Again, I had the meter on for him, but was able to green first try. Next up is the Lakers, and LeBron James is the best shooter with an 85 3-point rating. I took off the meter for him, and it was a lot easier to green just looking at the actual shot release compared to the meter. Up next is the Magic. Their best shooter is KCP with an 89 3-point rating, and after bricking a few shots with him, I was finally able to get a green. The Mavs' best shooter is Luka Doncic with a 93 3-point rating. Kyrie and Clay were tied for second on the team with a 92 3-point rating. Onto the Nets, their best shooter is Bojan Bogdanovic, and for the rest of the video, I changed the shot timing to high risk, high reward, which makes the green window slightly bigger, but if you don't hit a green, you don't hit as many whites either, which is why it's called high risk, high reward. You can do medium risk, medium reward, low risk, low reward. Moving on to the Nuggets, their best shooter is Michael Porter Jr. with an 87 3-point rating, and with this timing, it was a lot easier to hit greens, and it was my favorite option in the game. The Pacers' best shooter is Tyrese Halliburton with an 87 3-point rating. Despite his weird release, it was actually easy to green with him. With all the new animations, I thought most players' jump shots were improved quite a bit in this game, making it easier to shoot with them. A lot of them are a lot quicker as well. The Pelicans' best shooter is CJ McCollum and Matt Ryan with an 88 3-point rating, and I think the day after recording this, Matt Ryan got dropped by the Pelicans, so he's no longer on the team anymore, which is just crazy timing. The Pistons' best shooter is Malik Beasley with an 86 3-point rating. Other than him, they don't really have any other good shooters on the team. The Raptors' best shooter is Emmanuel Quickley with an 84 3-point rating. The Raptors really have no really good shooters on the team. Having an 84 3-point rating as the best isn't great. But on to the Rockets, their best shooter is Fred VanVleet and Reed Shepherd, both with an 84 3-point rating as well. So again, not great shooters, but at this point, I was really getting used to the releases, and I was just greening every single shot. The high risk, high reward made it so easy as long as you can time the shots right. The Spurs' best shooter is Chris Paul with an 82 3-point rating, which I believe is the lowest out of all the best shooters in the game. The Suns' best shooter is Kevin Durant with a 95 3-point rating, and KD is kind of OP in this game. His release is so smooth, and he's looking like he might be a problem. The Thunder's best shooter is Jalen Williams with an 89 3-point rating. KD leaving him wide open here for an easy 3. The Timberwolves' best shooter is Mike Conley with a 92 3-point rating. Cat was actually the third best shooter on the team. Ant had a 91 rating and Cat a 90. The Trailblazers' best shooter was Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant, both with an 84 3-point rating. There was actually quite a bit of teams that had two players tied for best shooter, which was kind of interesting. And moving on to the Warriors, of course, we got Steph Curry with a 99 3-point rating, the only player with a 99 in the game. And as always, he'll be one of the best players to use with how good he is at shooting. And lastly, we have the Wizards with Malcolm Brogdon as the best shooter. He has an 88 3-point rating, and after bricking a fading three with him, I was able to hit the next shot. But that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it and want to see more 2K25 gameplay, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.